and Sophan Chhun. We are
Hold on,
live
hold on,
now.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Slow down, slow down. Just take one step at a time. Okay, so after we go live,
We're
so
live.
ladies,
It says
ladies,
we're
we have some
live.
technical problems, so we're going to go ahead and ask Bong Sophan take over to introduction of our podcast. So here we go.
It is time, 8:02. Here we go live every Friday at 8:02 Eastern Standard Time. The Mindful Matters podcast. Follow, join, and watch us, where you can learn how to and why to be the following: successful, healthy, create generational wealth, plant money trees, and above all, how and why it is very important to be happy with people around you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our third episode, honorable guest, Dr. Sheila, CEO of
Dr.
Inspiring
Shellie
Life,
Hipsky.
International and Global Sisterhood Executive Director. Welcome, Dr. She's an extraordinary Wonder Woman with a genius love for humanity. She is gifted, beautiful, energizer, singer, entrepreneur, author, motivator, and mentor for many sisters around the world. And now here is our co-host, both beers, myself, Josie, and Sophan Chhun.
So here are the 6 things that you're going to tell her. Prep Dr. Shellie, we're going to do this. The 6 things we're going to do. And the first one is introduction about Dr. Shellie Hipsky. And go ahead. Second.
Dive deeper into her vision and business. Share strategy on her personal and business successes, challenges, and obstacles. And share her experiences how to be and stay healthier mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Share her methodology on why and how to build generational wealth and plan your own money tree. 6, above all, how and why it is very important to be happier with people around you and how to have a strong inner circle of relationships.
Okay, let's start with number 1. Dr. Shellie,
Dr. Shellie, just introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shellie Hipsky. I'm the CEO of Inspiring Lives International. I am the executive director of the Global Sisterhood. I also am, Chris, you might need to mute yours so we don't have the crackling. I am the editor-in-chief, that's much better. I am the editor-in-chief of Inspiring Magazine. I have written 15 books. I've got 2 of them here. My most recent ones I've got here, Ball Gowns to Yoga Pants and Mom Magic Mompreneur. I speak around the world. I'm speaking this summer at Cambridge University in England. I've spoken at Oxford and many other universities around the world because I was a tenured professor for a decade. I've had the television show Inspiring Lives with Dr. Shellie. I also have had the radio show Empowering Women Radio, and I do the magazine Inspiring Lives magazine. I write for Forbes, and I also do some work for the so I do a lot of media, a lot of helping women find where they need to be in the world, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, so they can find abundance and live their best lives.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I hope everybody's watching.
So let's go ahead and move to number 2.
So number 2, we're going to be dive deeper into her vision and businesses.
Excellent. So my vision really is to inspire and empower the women of the world. I've been on a mission to do that for quite some time. I have my business, and then I also have my whole nonprofit, which is the Global Sisterhood. So my vision really truly is to get in there and help women to find inspiration, empowerment, balance, and abundance. I've been able to do that in multiple ways, as I said, through media and through all the work that I do on the stages, and with the actual nonprofit, we help women that don't have a voice or don't have the means to do their dream, and we help them in that way. So for instance, with the Global Sisterhood, we have a whole school for entrepreneurship in Tanzania and Africa, and then we have Dr. Mina, who was in Pakistan. Right now, she's taught over 87,000 women to read and write. So that's very aligned with my mission and what I do in the world.
Wow, wonderful. I need your help too.
I'm here for you, honey. We can talk. So one of the things that I do when a woman comes to me and says, I need your help, Dr. Shellie, I point them towards my book, or I point them towards podcasts that I'm on, or towards speaking. But I also have the Empower You Masterclass, and I've been doing that for 8 different cohorts. That is a class that helps women really hone in on what their goals are, we create an action plan for them, and then I network them together with other women from around the world so that they can really step into their destiny and make things happen for themselves.
Amazing. So if a lot of people reach out to you, like hundreds and thousands, do you have a system to help them?
Absolutely. Yes. The
Empower You person?
So I really am. I mean, I have a whole business. I'm not a solopreneur anymore. But I am the one that teaches the actual Empower You Masterclass, and I love doing that. I was a tenured professor for a decade. I taught undergraduate students to doctoral students, and I love to teach. And particularly one-on-one or in a small group with people that really need to hone in on what they need to do with their lives, just to tweak it a little bit, or even to take it to higher heights than they ever imagined. I love those light bulb moments. I love when I can do that for in
Can you hear?
Yeah. Yes. I think we need to. Are we going to continue?
Delay a little bit.
So can you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you. Yes.
You can hear me, but just
I couldn't hear Dr. Shellie.
Oh, okay. So
You
let's go ahead and let her
said?
talk again.
The last few minutes, I could not hear. Can anybody hear her?
Yeah, I can hear her fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Christopher, where do you want me to start from? I was just explaining about the Empower You Masterclass and how that's all set up. It's a 7-week proven curriculum that women go through the curriculum, but then they also meet via Zoom to connect up and help lift each other up.
Awesome. A lot of people are going to need your help. So a lot of people need help right now. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So the third thing, we're going to share the strategy on your personal and business successes, challenges, and obstacles, please.
Okay, so I've had multiple challenges and obstacles throughout personal and business. From a television show at NBC, everybody's scrolling, so I'm not sure if you can hear me or not. Can somebody let me know if you can hear me? Everybody's frozen.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you can hear me. Can somebody tell me, at least in the chat, if people can hear me?
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm not sure if anybody can hear me. You can hear me. Okay. Christopher, I'm trying to answer the question, but this is a little tricky to manage from my side. I'm trying to figure out, should I just go forward and you'll let me know if you can hear me? Okay, I'm getting thumbs up now. So a strategy on my personal and business successes, challenges and obstacles. I've had multiple, obstacles, struggles, mistakes made over the years. That's one of the reasons that I wrote Yoga Pants. It's Entrepreneurial Secrets for Your Dream Business and Brand. And I really talk about the fact that being an entrepreneur is really an emotional roller coaster. You're going up and down, and sometimes you're thinking, oh my gosh, why did I get into this? Why didn't I stick with my with my tenured professor position, or why didn't I stick with the corporate job because it was stable, and you had the health insurance, you had all these things, and then something, you go up that hill of entrepreneurship and that roller coaster, and things are going great again, and life feels wonderful, and you're living in abundance, and you've got your mindset right, and everything is good. You need to remember that it is an up and down journey. Life is an up and down journey. There's going to be good days and there's going to be stressful days. And that's just a part of living, being a part of a business, being a part of being a human being on this earth that we're on. Did you want to ask a question, Christopher?
Well, I would, but I just don't want to have those echo when people are watching. So I'm going to leave it to both of you, Josie.
Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
And a long time ago, but what about now? Does it get easier now that you have more experiences and the world is in trouble and everybody's asking, praying for help right now?
Yeah. I think that it gets easier. There's different parts of one's life, and I think that, even myself, I right over here in my office, I have this huge whiteboard, and I write down what I want to become, what I want to see happen in my life, and that's morphed over time. My vision board is morphed over time. It changes constantly. I'm not sure how much you know about vision boarding, but I'm very active in vision boarding and putting life on a big poster board or on a computer screen so that you can see where you want to go. So you can see what is beyond those obstacles. So you can get to the top of that mountain or roller coaster ride, as you will. Mm-hmm. And when I write those things down, I write them all as I am statements. I am New York Times bestselling author. I am whatever those goals are that you have, you write them down as I am statements, and that really helps you to get through those obstacles, up and over it, to where you want to be, so that it is not I wish I was, it is I am.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Anybody have any question before we move on to the next question?
Not at this moment. Go ahead, Josie. Do you have any question?
Josie.
Dr. Shellie, if you were to share a few things, let's say a few mistakes that now you would have overcome, but people who are in similar situation that you were before, what are a couple of key things that you will tell them to overcome whatever challenges that you overcame quickly?
So when I think about different challenges in the business realm, I think that it comes down to picking the right people for your team, really knowing them and trusting them, being able to trust them. And then when it's not working out, you need to kind of cut ties and move forward, which is not easy, especially if you're an empathetic person. But I think that you need to really keep an eye on where you're going with your company and even with your personal life. You need to decide where you want to be in a few years and then go for it. I've definitely made mistakes along the way with maybe trusting wrong people, going with the wrong strategies, not pivoting quickly enough. I think that we all learned during COVID that you have to be able to pivot. With me, it was with my magazine. We had, we were in all 655 Barnes and Nobles across our country here in the US. It was in print. It was, magazine form. Everybody loved it. Everybody looked forward to reading it. But when you are the publisher of that, you have to put the money up to put the magazines out. You've got this product or a service that you're putting your money and your capital into, and you're putting it out there. Well, we put it out there into the 645 Barnes and Nobles country, and COVID hit, and nobody was out in stores. So those magazines lasted for 3 months, and then they are destroyed in the back of the bookstore. So that was basically like shredding my money when it went from nobody was able to get to those print copies unless they were getting them directly in their mailbox. So that was a learning curve for me at the time as a publisher, and part of the many media ventures that I go through. But we switched it completely, and over time, I wish we could have foreseen the future. I think everybody wished that they knew what was happening with COVID before it happened. But when I was able to pivot it, I was able to take all that business acumen that I had and all of the magazine articles that we had collected over 6 years and the beautiful pictures and all those good things, and put them online and put them under our nonprofit, the Global Sisterhood, so that we could be supporting the charitable acts that we do through that. So, it's all just looking at things are going to happen. How are you going to pivot? How are you going to make that change? And, stick up for yourself and move up and over that challenge and that obstacle. Great question, by the way. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Anybody else have a question for Dr. Shellie? Amazing.
Am I still cracking up?
Yeah.
Still cracking? Okay, I won't ask question then.
If no question, we're going to move on to the next one, right?
Put it in the chat if you want.
You will ask it, or you will?
Again, we move on to the next question.
Yeah, maybe you could put it in the chat, and then they could read it and ask.
Yeah, you could do that. So the next question is, we're gonna move on to share. How can she share her experiences and how to be and stay healthier mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually?
Excellent. So I actually just last night, we had a Nurturing Yourself Wellness workshop and event at our local club here. Really the keynote and kick
breaking up.
To get everybody excited about it. They were all. Do I need to repeat that?
Can anybody hear her?
I just need to know if I need to repeat that.
Yes, please repeat. We lost you for a couple of minutes.
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. So I was just explaining that we had a big wellness, Nurturing Yourself from Within wellness workshop and event yesterday, and it went fabulously. There was so many women business owners that were there to speak about different ways that you can keep yourself mentally, physically, emotionally solid ground, so that you can be your best self. And I personally feel like if you want to be healthier, if you want to be healthier mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all of these things, you really have to have a plan for it. It's not something that's just going to fall into your lap. You may need a coach. You may need a therapist. You may need somebody that will hold you accountable for your gym days to get you into the gym and to drink your water, all those different things. So I'm a huge believer in not being an island unto yourself, to have other people out there that are supporting you and helping you stay accountable. for what your actions are. Just today, my business bestie, I call her Marta. She and I are doing a whole like cleanse detox program together that was put together by another one of the women business owners. And I think that having my friend and business colleague Marta doing it at the same time as me, it helps to hold me accountable. We meet at the gym. We're doing the same diet plan where we build each other up emotionally and mentally. And so if you have someone in your life like that, whether that be your life partner or a person that is in business with you, or just somebody that you met online that has similar struggles and similar goals, I think that's a really wonderful way to be able to stay engaged in a program and to move forward with a program, whichever one that is that fits your personal needs.
Wonderful. Thank you. Well, Pia, would you like to ask any question? You just came later.
Yeah, I had to pick up a phone call. No, I don't have questions right now.
Okay.
You sound really good where you're sitting. There's no static. There's no echo.
I'm not sure. It must be my phone.
So good. Yeah. Josie?
Sure.
You can move on to the next one.
So if I were to ask you a couple of strategies that people can use so that they can be emotionally really healthy, because I see a lot of people go through emotional ups and downs in their entrepreneurial journey. So what are a couple of strategies that you can share with us?
Yes.
Very good question.
So I think emotionally, and thank you so much for narrowing it down for me with a big broad category, with all those different types of wellness and health. I think someone might need to mute because I'm getting a bit of an echo here. But when it comes to emotionally as a entrepreneur, personally, I think that it's finding that person that can be a sounding board for you, that you know that you trust them, that you have a safe space with them. I think that emotionally journaling things down, finding a support group online, or even just a group of people that share your common interests and understand you, that's going to be really important. I think especially during COVID, I think a lot of people got very isolated, and entrepreneurs can get isolated anyways, but then you take away the networking that we used to do, and seeing people in person, networking groups, and meeting out for a dinner or a drink or something like that with other people, and then we got even more and more and more isolated. So I think that for a person who is an entrepreneur, particularly like an extroverted entrepreneur, I think you really need to find those other people that you can come together with, talk with, lift each other up. It doesn't matter if you're a multimillionaire or if you are starting a mom and pop business, like a little business on the side hustle. You're going to have those days, like I said, that you're going to wonder, am I doing the right thing with my business? And some of us, we have families too. Am I able to do what I need to do for my family while I'm running this business? So I think that having that sounding board, even if it is yourself through journaling, where you're writing it down and you're making it make sense for your own head, I think that is really a strategy that you need to start using. Get it out of yourself, get it out of your head, get it onto paper, or get it to somebody that could be a really good sounding board for you, and you're going to be able to thrive a lot more.
Wow. I just thought of another question. Very, very helpful.
Okay, great.
Please, very important. And there's people who listen, they're going to love this question. So, you talk about loneliness, talk about isolation, being entrepreneur, right? Scary things. It's for me too.
Yes.
So I found it helpful to work, to network with others, right? So, And multi-level, is MLM a good thing? Because I hear some people say it's really good, some people say it's bad things. I think I like to work with a team. I think it's a great thing. What do you think?
What do I think? Oh my gosh, this feels like a loaded question, Christopher. to
A lot of
me.
people learning about that.
I have coached people that are in MLMs. Absolutely. I was in one very briefly in a period of my life. I personally am a creative, and I like to do the visionary stuff. So I like to create a business from scratch. I like to go in there and do that type of thing. But not everybody has that want or desire or ability to just be able to say, oh, okay, I want to take a business. I've got a product and a service, and I'm going to make it happen. And I'm going to get a sales force. If you aren't that person, but still you want to be an entrepreneur, then an MLM can be a perfect fit for you, because it's already got all the branding materials. It's already got all the marketing. It's already got the other people that are on your team. It's got, it's all got all that stuff built in, policies, procedures, all those things that a newer entrepreneur, or even an entrepreneur that is, leveling up, starting again, they have to do. You don't have to do that with an MLM. So, and I know from people that I've worked with that are with MLMs, if you are getting in, get in at the top. I mean, make sure that when you are getting into it, it looks like it's definitely going to be a stable proposition for you, stable, and that you are going to be able to have multiple people, kind of on that pyramid. So I'm not an expert in MLMs. I do have friends that are, that if you wanted to interview them, I would totally connect you up those dots. But for me personally, I get excited about having, something new to offer that is not necessarily prepackaged. But if you want the prepackaged, MLM is probably the way to go.
Thank you. We want a system that we can help more people fast.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that it's much easier. Yes, definitely. So if you want to be able to, a turnkey business that you can just up and run with, then that would probably be the way to go for you.
Great answer. Thank you.
Thank you.
Am I still cracking?
A little bit. I can understand you.
So can you actually understand me if I talk?
Yes.
I think so.
Can you understand me? Can you hear and understand me if I say something?
Yes.
You could?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, under the KBAMI under the KBAMI and UBAMI ethic and principle rules and policy, we have asked our members to keep things private when it comes to religion, when it comes to politics, and it also comes to a business that doesn't fall under our ethic and principle. Multi-level marketing, pyramid, Ponzi, those type of business does not fit the KBAMI or UBAMI. So what we do is we want to welcome everybody, so we don't judge you any way, shape, or form. All we have to do is ask you to keep those politics, religion, and that type of business private. That's all we ask. Yes.
Is MLM one of them? That's not.
Yeah, well, like I said, everybody have different opinion. For me, I got involved for a little bit when I was younger, and I have decided it's not something that I like to do. I'm just like Dr. Shellie. I like to create something fresh, something that everybody feel comfortable. A lot of time, the pyramid or LM is that multi-level? Okay, MLM. Some people doesn't feel comfortable talking about it. So just like talking about finance, some people don't feel comfortable. So what we do, we have a rules and ethic and principle that if you want to talk about religion, you want to talk about politics, if you want to talk about business that does not fit into ethic and principle, we ask you to keep it private. We'll welcome you. We love to have you talk about the 6 things that we talk about. So the 6 things we talk about, like we said, we want to get to know their amazing story. We want them to share their success. We want to know, how did they build generational wealth? How did they stay healthy? How do you build relationship? Those are the focus point we want to focus on. But when it comes to those three things, we ask all our members to keep it private, so that we don't offend anybody, so we don't make anybody feel uncomfortable.
Okay, so
Now,
That makes sense.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you for clarification. Okay, if nobody else have any more question, we can move on to the next question, right? Next question, number 5.
Sure.
Learning a lot from Dr. Shellie. Anybody tuning in, please comment below and join us. The next question is, we can ask you to share her methodology on why and how to build generational wealth and plan your own money trees.
Well, I thought this was a very interesting question when it was first proposed to me through the group. I am a huge believer in building generational wealth. I think that we need to have for that. I think that in some families you have to, break generational curses to get through to your own generational wealth and then be able to pass it on to your children. I have 2 children. I very diligently plan for them and their future. Because I think it's very important that you have to constantly be, planting those money trees with your ideas.
I think I'm not able to hear her.
Josie, I think this is your expertise to build generational wealth and plan your own money tree. And
yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you well.
Yes, and forgive me for my echo. We're gonna, once I get off this meeting, I will
step back a little bit. You want to sit back a little bit.
So Josie is an amazing person when it comes to building wealth, building your own money tree. He got a wealth of experience and practice. So he would be our next. It could be our next. So I think you're on my 6th or my 5th.
Sorry, I couldn't get that.
What episode are you booked on?
I think episode number 3. I think.
Yeah, so he is part of an episode. So he's going to talk about generational wealth. He's going to talk about building your money tree or planning your money tree. So when he come on, he's going to go ahead, share a lot of information. So if Dr. Shellie come back on, I know he's going to have a lot of questions for her.
Sure.
So hopefully she can kick back in. So, but anyway, we're almost done. We just have one more question to go, and then we could. I know we're doing some amazing job so far. So I am so proud of you. You are a natural.
Fantastic.
Learning.
Yes, you're definitely a natural when it comes to asking questions and taking control of the situation and moving forward. That's amazing. So why don't we talk to Josie and ask him about how, share your methodology and why and how to build generational wealth and plan your own money tree.
All right. Yeah, let's do it.
Yes.
So, there's a famous saying that if you're born poor, that's not your fault. But if you die poor, it's your fault.
Heard of that. Love it.
So, and that's true. The moment you're aware that my financial situation is not what I wanted, or it's not the way I feel it. After there comes a point in your life, maybe in your late 20s or 30s, where the first step is you'll have to stop blaming your past or your parents or your people for your situation, and then take charge, take control of wherever you are. If you're in minus or if you're in plus, if your bank account is in negative or positive, wherever you are, accept that, and then move forward from there. There are so many thumb rules that I ask people to follow. One of them is 50-20-30 rule, 50-30-20 rule. So 50% of whatever income you have every month, you can use it for your necessities, for paying your bills, for your groceries, for everything, your EMIs. The 30% you can use it for your luxuries of life, or for your experiences, or for things that you want to do. Um, so that, and the 20% you should put it in an investment that is making money for you, right? So whether it is something that you want to do a business with, that's the best thing you can do. Another best investment is on yourself. So train yourself, um, learn high paying skills, so that you can deliver, and you can increase your income. And the second thing is that you continue to grow your seed money. Your seed money is the money that you would require when you I would when you retire. But retire means not stop working. It means that you're financially free and you're doing what you want to do it, and you're not doing what you have to do it. So you have to plan it really well. So 50-30-20 rule really works well. Now, if you're smart enough and if you get this really right, you would decrease your needs and wants initially in the building phase and put more towards seed money. So instead of 50-30-20, you can go 70-30. So 70% you save and you invest, and 30% you live off of. That's how millionaires become millionaires, right? They uh, you know they have such a knack of doing things in a way where they outgrow, because they go an extra mile in terms of savings and investments, right? That's the first thing. The second thing you got to really do is change your associations. Be around people who are empowering you. Be around people who are uplifting you. Be around people who are where you want to be, and not where they are dragging you down, or they are asking you to come to a weekend party every time, and spend all the money that you made during the week on the weekends. So you'll have to change your associations, and be around people who are really, really powerful, and who are where you want to be, right? Before that, you need to know where you want to be, right? For sure. So that, and then uh, do it 1 month at a time, 1 week at a time, and then don't ever use that seed money. It's like you're creating a golden goose. You know what is golden goose? It's the duck, that you create, a goose that is giving you golden eggs, right? So you're putting your money towards that golden goose. Once you create that golden goose will continue to give you the golden eggs, every single month. So you reach up to that point. Now you have to calculate how much that money is. For some people, it's $1 million. For some people, even a couple of $100,000 works well, right? Depends on your lifestyle, right? But consider that at 10% rate of interest, if my yearly expenses are, let's say, $100,000, I need $1 million in my account to be financially independent, right? So you got to calculate that, and you got to calculate your seed money. Now you let that seed money grow again and again, and you don't take it out from your bank, and you let it grow and let it grow until the next generation, and you start teaching your kids the same, right? And so on and so forth. So that was a gist of it.
Yes, I could
Wonderful.
listen to you all day. I mean, I know you have a lot to share. I watch a lot of your video, and I love watching it.
Thank you.
You're very inspiring and very knowledgeable. You are an expert, and we'd love to have you on our show. And hopefully we don't have any technical problem anymore. I'm going to call the company and make sure that we don't encounter this ever again. But I'm going to have to go ahead and ask Dr. Shellie to redo it again. And I probably have the same guest, invite all of you guys to come back again and redo it. This time we're going to do it really well. So Josie, thank you so much for sharing your experience. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Josie. The next time he come in, he will be in our next or the following guest. So tune in to listen to him, to learn how to build generational wealth, learn how to plan your own money tree. As you can say, you got to build that golden goose.
Correct.
If that golden
So,
goose,
so how can we
all
get
the
in
money.
touch with him? Well, is it we gonna
He's
find
gonna
on his?
be, yeah, he's gonna be on our next either next Friday or the following Friday. I have to check the schedule first.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So he is, that's why he's on, because we want to give him the experience of what we do here. So to get him ready. So as you can see, it's going to be going through the same process. We're not going to go over number 6. We're going to go ahead and say for Dr. Shellie. And
Sure.
then, but when you come back, Josie, we're going to ask you 6 the same question, but it's going to be focusing on your life, your story, your experience.
Sure.
So
Just
we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. And I want to say thank you so much. At the same time, I apologize for the technical issue. And
No
let me
problem.
solve that. Maybe make some phone call and invite Dr. Shellie to come back some other time. And all of us will jump back on and do another episode. Okay? Just for her.
Looking forward to learn. Thank you.
Yes. And like I said, Dr. Shellie is a super Wonder Woman. She is amazing. I wish our technology was much better so we can really listen to her song. So thank you so much. And
Chris, we can
we'll see you.
practice too. We can practice. I never had that problem. I used StreamYard before. I use
yeah, well, yeah, let me just check into what I could find out. And
yeah, we
because
can
this is
test.
a little embarrassing, let me find out, and I'm going to make sure that all this issue will be solved. Okay.
Beautiful.
So thank you so much, Josie. Thank you, Bong. Thank you,
So,
Bopia. I really appreciate it
okay.
for jumping in. And I will
Good to
see you in the
see
next
you guys.
episode.
Good to see you guys. I can't believe it's
Yeah,
Friday
good to see
again.
you guys.
I
Yeah.
know.
I don't want to stop. I want to keep going.
I don't want to stop
Friday.
either.
Yeah.
So let's
Friday.
This
Thank
this
you,
is
go ahead
our
and get
party
Josie
here,
on.
CJ.
Thank you so
This
much.
is how we party.
Yeah, I
Thank
know.
you, Chris, for connecting us all together
Okay.
with
All
wonderful.
right.
Thank you.
God bless you, everyone.
Okay.